Hold up. Looks like we're reading today. We're not just grinding. Did you hear about that couple that robbed the bank downtown? Yeah, I read all about it. Scary stuff. What about it was scary? They didn't have any actual weapons with them. All they had was a fake bomb, which was obviously fake because it was a stuffed toy made to look like the bomb characters from that popular video game. Was it like a Bomberman bomb? Robert the Bomb, I think he's called. Oh, I don't mean scary to the people who were in the bank. The part that scared me was learning about the bank robbers. What the bank robbers scared you? Well, from what I understand, it was a couple. A man and a woman. Oh yeah, that scares you, because... The man had a history of getting arrested for all kinds of petty crime. But the woman apparently had a successful career working at an accounting firm. It made me wonder, what could possess a successful career woman like that to make her want to risk so much to go along with such a stupid plan? A huge dick, I would think. Clearly she must be smarter than that. Even smart people make mistakes. Oh, you must have strong-armed her into it. Yeah, let's just take all responsibility from the woman by just claiming that she was somehow not even coerced, but forced to do it. Do you think they had an abusive relationship, or that he threatened her somehow? No, that's the thing. That's what the investigators initially suspected. And they were trying to get her to turn on a male accomplice so that they could lock him up, or lock him away rather, for something more serious. But she insisted that she was in love with her boyfriend, and that she had done everything willingly. Which is weird, because apparently they met only 3 days before the bank robbery happened. Okay, now it's getting a little bit, like, too fantastical, I think. Wow, I wonder what happened. Again, huge take. I know, right? Who calls someone their boyfriend after spending only 3 days together? That's not the part that stuck out to me. I'm thinking more the part about her agreeing to rob a bank with him after they'd spent only 3 days together. I didn't understand it either, until I saw the photograph. And let me tell you, that man is gorgeous. Wow. Is this event claiming that all women are what's the word? Superfluous? Like when you're really just looking on the outside of something? People, most likely, or... Wow. Everything fell into place once I saw the photo. So if he looks good enough, you'd rob a bank too, Hatanaka Manami? Is that what you're claiming here? What, do you think that she agreed to rob a bank with him just because he was hot? I don't think you're giving that woman enough credit. I'm just thinking about myself here. Oh my god, what the fuck? I'm pretty sure I'm one hot boyfriend away from doing all sorts of crazy things. This hurts. Like, if a guy that handsome asked me to rob a bank with him, I'd say yes without even taking time to think about it. Wow. People complain about video games in which, like, women have the role of a damsel in distress, and then you have stuff like this. And I think this is actually more realistic too. My biggest fear is that one day I will be with someone so gorgeous that I'll just automatically agree to anything they suggest. Like putting it in your pooper. What? That's not true. Someone wouldn't just decide to rob a bank because they had a hot boyfriend. The evidence of what happened in that bank robbery incident suggests otherwise. But I'm talking from experience here. What? I've made all sorts of crazy decisions because the suggestion came from someone who was hot. One time a hot guy asked me if I knew someone who could drive him to the airport, and I told him I would, even though I didn't know how to drive. Wait, really? Yeah. Hatanaka Manami, she gets, like, less likable, let's call it that, by the second. I'm just lucky that nobody that hot has ever asked me to help them rob a bank. Because if someone who looked like that asked me to do something with them, I'd agree instantly no matter what it was. You drove that point home about 2 minutes ago, Hatanaka Manami. You don't need to say it again. Really? You just automatically agree to whatever they suggested, no matter how crazy? Yeah. One of the crazy things they suggested was that the two of you get married and have 5 kids together. Whoa, well, slow down. I wouldn't ever do anything that crazy. Is this game trying to be subversive or something? Is this... What? Wait. Japan needs all the kids they can get. She should do that in a heartbeat, not rob a bank. Anyway, since we're at it already, we might as well take a look at the story event of Sayaya. would you take a look at her? On the plane ride home, you happen to have a seat next to Ayanaya. Oh, that's her name. Whew, I'm pooped. Yep. I was planning to record an hour-long video on the plane ride back, but I don't really want to have to be on for the camera, you know? Time to let my hair down, so to speak. Oh well, maybe literally. But sad news, you don't get to be part of my final vlog. It's a little bit disappointing. Hey, we can always do something like that for the next big story I get from Little Abnormalities, right? We can. We can record our own little, like, homemade amateur video if you want to. But hey, I guess we're seatmates, so if you need to pass gas, please go out into the aisle to do it. What? Aya pulls out her phone and begins flipping through a notes file, but she doesn't seem to be paying attention to what's on the screen. She seems bored. Maybe she does actually want me to pass gas, as she puts it. She looks up at you, as if expecting you to entertain her. Oh my god, why did you become a journalist? Why are you the way that you are? What are you looking at? What's your real name? What's your real name? I guess from a young age I've always wanted attention. The problem was that I was never any good at any of the things that people usually do to get attention. If I'd had the talent for dancing or singing or acting, I could have done something like that. I think I'm pretty good looking, I could have just undressed. I wanted to be a performer, but I had no performance. How are you supposed to get people to pay attention to you when you have nothing to offer them? But around the time that I turned 13 years old, okay, that's a little bit too young to undress, I agree, something wonderful happened. I discovered the internet, a platform full of people that I could perform for. Oh my god, she's like basically a YouTuber origin story, right? People whose attention I could try to win. People who could love me, or hate me, or be annoyed by me. But whatever their reaction was, when I posted things online, people paid attention to me. Yep. The internet is really doing something to our society. I showed up everywhere. Message boards, comment sections, social media. I was online all the time, always looking for ways to get clicks, views, follows. It was like a drug for my teenage brain. After a childhood of not getting attention, suddenly I had all the attention I wanted and more. God. And let me not get into TikTok right now. When I was little, I always thought that television and movies and music and all of the other forms of media were for people who were at the top of their fields. You had to be a good actor to star in movies, you had to be a good singer to be on a record. So many things require talent, you had to be the best. But when it came to the news, you didn't have to be the best, you just had to be the first. Anytime an event happened, I was online, ready to be the first to have a story about it. And at the top of every story there would be my byline, letting everyone know that I was first. Are we going back to why you are called Ayanaya Papaya? The real breakthrough came when I realized that you didn't even have to have an event to come up with a story. Anytime a celebrity posted something, I would find a way to turn it into a post. Ikeda Riko would post, had a great cup of coffee to start the morning, and I'd write a post about their morning routine. Someone would have an opinion about a movie and I'd figure out how to get 500 words out of it. Anything could be content. It was like spinning straw into gold. Not quite like spinning straw into gold. Hey, I was getting paid 1,000 yen per 500-word article as a 15-year-old. That's more than some authors get paid for award-winning short stories. What, really? And if you can crank out 10 of those per day, yeah, okay, that you're making more money than you would getting a job at a convenience store or whatever. That is really a lot of money, actually. Considering that's only 5,000 words afterwards. Really, the money didn't have much to do with it. I was in it for the rush. Posting stories, getting people talking about you, watching the numbers go up. More views, more comments, more shares. It's like a limitless supply of dopamine. You've never done content like that about Little Abnormalities. You're right, I started by doing content, but I realized that what I was doing needed to have a real purpose. Over time I realized that the content based on people's comments was empty calories. No, the real story was what people weren't willing to post online. So I, the girl who had spent most of her waking life online since age 13, realized I had to get away from the keyboard. Go to events and see what I could catch people saying in an unguarded moment. It felt so much more real. That's the kind of thing that can actually change minds. If you post about what a celebrity's favorite coffee is, you haven't done anything to leave your mark on the world, not really. But if you could find something about a celebrity that everybody loved and make them hate that person instead, Jesus Christ. That was actually making an impact, no matter whether it's positive or negative, I guess. It's the kind of thing that people can't ignore. You just want to get people fired up? Yeah, it doesn't have to be negative. People can get fired up for a new movie they're excited to see or a new musical act they're following. But negative is easier. All that matters in this world is what people think of you. All the goodness in your heart won't matter if people think you're evil. Yep. I would like to know what people... That sounds actually really vain if I say this, considering that people watching this wouldn't watch me if they thought that I was like really annoying. Let's put it like that. I would like to know what people think of me. Like, what kind of picture do people have of me from what I tell them? Especially considering that you don't have a picture of me. I don't tell you what I look like, really. You have never seen me. You don't know a lot about me. You only know a few little snippets. So I'd like to know what people think. Who I actually am, what I actually do. I mean, I am who I am. I don't really wear a mask when I'm recording. But it's curious, since people, they perceive you differently than how you do it. So tell me what you think about me. You don't need to be too serious about it. It's more of like, just, if you want to be funny about it, be funny. Some of the most black-hearted people in the world have stellar reputations thanks to the efforts of the PR teams. Politicians. So I decided to pursue what would let me control the one thing that really matters. I think that's why I was so drawn to the idol world. You and I are the same in a lot of ways. We do have similar jobs. I know, right? After all, you manage talent. You know how important good PR is. What matters is what the fans think. Objectively, good music doesn't exist. What matters is how many people are willing to listen. If crap sells, and you sell crap. Exactly like my motto. What matters is what the public believes, and the only real power you can have is the power to shape public opinion. If you can convince people that your music is worth listening to, or your tickets are worth buying, that matters more than, pardon me, any objective measure of talent. Anyway, we've reached the part of the flight where I put on my face mask and try to get a few hours of sleep so that I don't feel too jet-lagged when we touch down. Can I touch down while you sleep? It was good having a chance to talk to you. We should do this on the record sometime. Alright, in a few days we can continue with it. I don't know when we'll slip into a route. I guess the game will warn me. Anyway, so what have I done earlier, which will have been sped up? I changed... Where is it? I changed policies rather, for the practice. So it seems like INI's daily coverage of the Little Abnormalities International Tour attracted some new fans, though it looks like most of the people who followed the daily vlogs were more interested in seeing her visiting tourist sites than learning anything about Little Abnormalities. Okay. Got 18,000 casual fans, that's alright. We didn't release anything this month, so... Tempting MILF's Evolution. Female Mind. What? So what I changed is I set a minimum value for practice. So the idols need to have at least 80 in this stat in order to practice it. I also didn't give them a max value for practice, like a limit. I set no limit, so they should practice the high stats without ever stopping. However, considering that we've seen that... Oh, I can cycle for people by doing this. Interesting. Considering that... Where is she? Hashimoto Marina's... Oh, her max coaching level... Oh, her max coaching level is 100, but Shinzawa Yoshitaro's max coaching level is 95 at the moment. So the vocal girls won't reach their goal for now. He will have to level up a little bit more. I don't know if he levels up quicker, considering he's now leveling up people that are already good at like vocal stuff. I kind of want Kondo Hinano to level up her dancing, right? She's at 95. Is this gonna level her up or not? We're gonna pay attention now. If I can just cycle through the idols by doing that, I can just force her to practice with her. It's taking a long time, I'm gonna say. Oh, fuck, she got away, but let's check. She was at 95, I believe? Was it 95 dance? 95 dance, still. Shit. Of course, it would be amazing if Iinuma Tomoka trained up, but as I said, his max value is like 95, so he needs to level up further first. which is also one of the reasons why I'm not producing any singles now, since he would be the one producing them. These two have nothing to do right now because of the way I set up the limits and stuff, which is bad since I'm paying them still, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I just want to progress, basically. So that's how it's gonna be, I guess. That's how I'm gonna try to get by. I can just try to cycle through the idols here, I guess, again. Fujisaku Rico. Dance 86. Dance 92. Dance 89. Dance 90. 94, we can work on her. Vocal 85. Nope. Vocal 84. Vocal 90. Yeah, let's work on anything 90 plus with him. That might require a little bit of babysitting, and I might just basically speed through this again. But for now, let's read about Aya's shenanigans. So you're looking for a way to become a part of my next big story, right? Well, I'd really like to do a story about what it's like to manage a group of 1 million fans. It's a good number, don't you think? So maybe come to me when you hit that threshold. That is somewhat hard to hit. We have another story from her though. In a week. Interesting. That might be her entryway into her route, and that's just a regular story about her doing journalist things, I guess. So we also have to max out the relationship value with Iyama? What's her name again? Oh shit, Nagano Yui. Oh shit! No! How could this happen? You need to... Oh, we do... Oh wow, I didn't. Forgot about this. That's not good. How long is she injured for? Can we bring her to a doctor first? What are you at the doctor for, Saito Karen? Do it a little bit quicker, please. Here we go. Nagano Yu is now seeing the doctor. Maybe she can fix it. That would be amazing if she did. Otherwise, well, she's not gonna be the one to reach Vocal 100 first, is she? Crap. So, Inuma Tomoka. We'll have to talk to her. Get her to friendship level 5. If she's the one to reach Vocal 100. You can see like the progress of their stats on the left. And of course it's all the way at the beginning of 99. So that's not a good thing. That's just... yeah, it's just not a good thing. She's really close to leveling up Dance, I guess. We can just cycle through to get her again. It's pretty good. Oh no, wait, it said her just now. Train her! Where are you? Cancel activity. You're working in the cafe. Well, whatever. You know what? It doesn't matter too much. Shall we change? We should change the dishes again. The menu, rather. Let's just go with anything that has a high novelty. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, that should give us some more fans and some money. What's it look like in a theater? I think we can increase this now to 3,000 yen. We can also increase the ticket price here to 3.3 thousand. We're making a lot of revenue with this. Pretty good. I'm happy. And once this is done, we'll release it, I guess. And take a look at which place it will score. Good, I think she's done. Let's release it now. Maybe we'll hit critical. That would be amazing, actually, if we did. Oh, hell yeah, baby. How many did I produce? 1 million or something? I didn't produce far enough. Yeah. Like for critical. Well, it is a threshold, right? It is a threshold. Zero females bought this track. Are you serious? Anyway, we get a lot of fans due to this. That's pretty good. Good job, girls. Good job. Very nice indeed. Very good, Cheesehead. Very good. Now what we'll also do over the course of the next few episodes, in order to level up the activities, we're gonna give a... Okay, nothing changed on the dance level, that's important. We're gonna give a concert with a top audience of 48,000 if possible. We're gonna do a concert in every country. And as part treatment, you can't really level up, it just gets more expensive over time. So, is it done already? No, 31 days left. However, we can do this. We need how many people? 48,000, so it needs to be the Tokyo Coliseum. And we need a full attendance. Which means we're gonna go as high as possible, ticket price wise. And basically give this away for cheap. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Gonna add some songs. We're gonna open up with Cheesehead. That's a strong one. Talk Break have 2 more songs about Gebura, I guess. Then another Talk Break, and then have like a... Let's go for... Where's Markov? Let's just go with Markov. It's been a little while. Over here. Let's end with Markov. Who's gonna center these? I wish you could sort in this menu. It's so dumb that you can't. Nagano Yui can't. Do we really need to center on hiatus? Shit. Alright, let's do... Where's she? Inuma Tomoka instead. She has very high skill value as well. And who else? Still Horino Chihina now. And what's like the smart stats, right? Smart and funny for the talk breaks. Smart and funny. Well, Nagano Yu is very smart and very funny. It's like my kind of girl, really. Kawago Yui. Fujisaka Riko. Nakamura Seika. Again, smart and funny girls. Just give them to me straight. Here we go. And that will be it. And we're gonna produce this. It's gonna give us 100% attendance, which is enough to level up the thingy. I'm trying to be somewhat smart about this now, you know? Let's read. Wait, can we even? Tomorrow. In a second. We can read this one. Oh, she's still treating Nagano Yui. Okay, we might not have to send her on hiatus then. That would be pretty nice. Let's read this. Don't know how long today's episode is gonna be. I'm a little bit under the weather. I think I've got another cold coming up or something. Midday, you receive a message from Aya Naya. If you're free to meet today, I'm planning on being at this cafe from 11 AM to 1 PM. If you don't have lunch plans, maybe stop by? Pay Aya a visit? Sure. It would tell me if it locked me into a route, right? You arrive at the meeting place Aya mentioned. Hey, you decided to show up. It's good to see you. Let's be nice. Likewise, I was honestly wondering whether you'd show up. Told that the most important conversations often happen in the times that aren't scheduled. After all, some sources are only willing to divulge information to reporters that they trust personally, and it's hard for trust to build when a relationship is strictly transactional. Do you want to deepen it? There are a lot of people who argue that it's a breach of journalistic ethics for reporters to form friendships with the people they report on, but there are certain kinds of information that you'd only really divulge when talking to a friend over drinks. So when I said I just wanted to chat over lunch, I meant it. I really do just want to have a chat over lunch, but you're gonna use the information I give you. That's what you said just now. What's for lunch? Chicken confit with Pom's Anna on the side. What's Pom Anna? Like I know Pom frit, but what's Pom Anna? And what is chicken confit either? I hope that's what you were in the mood for. Aya waves at a worker behind the counter who gives her a knowing nod in return and places a plate of food in front of you. Thank you, Machan. Machan bows and leaves you to your lunch. Just so you know, they normally don't do table service. I think Machan just likes me. She's trying to make me jealous. This isn't an ordinary cafe. Well, to be sure, they do serve up various French confections in a way that's exactly as charming as delicious as you'd hope from a place like this. But the truth is that the owner didn't start this cafe to serve croissants. This cafe is attached to the culinary school that's next door. The business taking students and training them in how to make French cuisine. We can send Fujimoto here. He wanted to learn how to cook, right? As you might imagine, as a cooking school, the students learn by preparing dishes. And when they are done, the school is suddenly left with a large number of prepared meals. That is why we are eating chicken confit. We are eating the byproduct of today's cooking lesson. Is it warm still, or did they warm it up? It's really quite brilliant, don't you think? Yeah, it's like a hairdresser school. They're always looking for people they can practice on. Like, if you don't want to pay for a haircut, try to see if there's like a school that teaches people how to do haircuts nearby, and just offer yourself. At times it works. So I've been approached on the street, actually, since there's a school that teaches this, basically, in my hometown. And I've been asked if I wanted one, but at the time I didn't really have the time. It's also like, you pay what you get, right? Or you get what you pay for, and you pay nothing. So it might not turn out to be this good, but whatever. It's for free, right? And I take anything for free, really. Like, even, like, if you... No. We get meals made with high-quality ingredients for an incredibly reasonable price. With this cafe, the culinary school is able to take the byproduct of their teaching and monetize it. That's what I like about this place. It's an unconventional business model. And in a lot of ways, it reminds me of you. And oh, I can ask why it reminds her of me, or why it reminds her of Little Abnormalities. Why does it remind her of me? I just said it, didn't I? They found a way to turn a byproduct of the business and find a way to turn it into a source of profit. It's the business model on which Little Abnormalities operates, like so many other idol groups in Japan. Japan obviously isn't the only country to have pop stars. In many countries, some of the biggest celebrities are pop music singers, but people are generally only interested in the finished product. Entertainment companies will spend years training a few talented individuals to become idols. The only ones that survive are the best looking, most charismatic ones who have undergone the process of training to have impeccable performances on stage. They're always striving for perfection. You'd think that for a talent farm, the process of taking inexperienced performers and training them up would be an investment that might not pay off until much later down the line. But idol groups like yours have made the process part of the product that you're selling. Groups will publicize that they're having tryout events, and people pick an idol and follow her over the course of her entire career. The process of training idols used to be part of the cost of doing business. Now it's part of the appeal. Yeah, a few decades ago, like 2 decades ago or something, like these casting shows started up in Germany, where they would, like the first casting show in Germany, they cast like 5 girls, and they formed them into a girl group, like a pop stars girl group. The show was actually called Pop Stars, I believe. And they were really successful with the first few singles, and obviously like people could build a relationship with them because they've seen them getting casted, they've seen them like go through all of the ordeal of like vocal training and dance training and like performing on stage and stuff, and then seeing them actually release the first single and albums by themselves, and it gives you a sense of personal relationship, I guess. It doesn't give you a real personal relationship with them, but that's what they try to go for. By now, people are very used to that. Like there's like American Idol and the other nations' offsprings like every year, and some other things like these casting shows. There's just so many of them that people's senses have dulled regarding them. But the first time around, or like the first 2 to 3 times around, it worked very, very well for them. And I can see that. I can see that it's part of the appeal. People like the ability to see young idols as they rise up and become more skilled. And if the idols aren't among the most elite in a particular field, it just makes it more relatable. The fact that a fan, for the cost of a CD, can shake hands with an idol from a group like Little Abnormalities, got a photograph taken with them at a 2-shot event, is incredible when you consider that there are some musical acts who charge thousands of dollars for a meet and greet. Truth is that, despite the term idol, organizations like Little Abnormalities are popular largely because of how accessible they make the talent. Again, it's not so different from this little cafe. True, the food here is a cut above your usual lunch fare, but it's not exactly fine dining. It's probably the best place you can find within walking distance of the train station for less than 1,000 yen. The accessibility is a big part of it. I like that. It's unpretentious. It's where art meets the cold reality of business. I'm sure that each of the students that attends the culinary school next door believes that they're creating something great, something that is a grand showcase of their abilities. And it's true, the meal that they're constructing is designed to be a test of their culinary abilities. But at the end of the day, they're creating a product that will probably be consumed by an office worker drone, I guess, on the lunch break and not be given more than a few minutes thought. Which side of that do you identify more with, Mr. Delta? It's the exact opposite of the decadence Angela was talking about, right? And it's quite nice how they contrasted this, like with us even consuming something that should be quite high value, but it gets credited less than it should. Are you creating a product with little abnormalities, or are you trying to achieve something artistic? I'm not sure. Really not sure. I feel the same ambivalence. I've asked the same thing of my own career. When I'm writing a story, am I just creating content for people to consume? Or am I creating something worthwhile, something that has artistic merit? Can journalists be artistic, really? I mean, writing can be artistic, but like news? Along the way, I've seized onto attention wherever I can. I mean, I guess photographs can be artistic, and like there's like news photographers that have won prizes and stuff, but along the way I've seized onto attention wherever I can, and I think that I too am like this cafe. It takes the byproduct of students learning and turns it into revenue. In my pursuit of more experience and exposure, I'm also finding ways to make money along the way. It makes me feel that I'm both doing a job for short-term money as well as building up a career. But what kind of career am I building? If I make a name for myself by always being on top of the latest story, having the latest scoop, does that mean that my entire career is going to be chasing scoops? Hey Mr. Delta, here's a question. Right now you're getting paid to work on little abnormalities. If you were so rich that you never had to worry about money anymore, would you still be doing the same thing you're doing right now? Yes. Yes, that's what it's like for me in real life. I mean, I would most likely work less of my job, because I would also want to focus on other endeavors. Like, I'd really like to take photography up again, and to do something with like stone sculpting, because I really like that as a hobby, but you can't really live off of it, I guess. But other than that, I love my job. In a weird way, and I've talked about this before. I'd quit running little abnormalities and do something else. I'd run little abnormalities differently if I didn't have to worry about money. In the end, we all have to bend our careers and ambitions based on what it takes to get paid. I guess it doesn't go any differently when you're the one in charge of an organization. If anything, you have to worry about that thing more. Well, I need to be going soon. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Or at the very least, I hope you enjoyed the chicken. It's on me. Okay. I hope we gave a good information there and won't be like a bad story about this later on. So let's take a look at Nago no Yui. Alright, she's on hiatus a week. Alright, just about a week. That's way better than 90 days. Jesus, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nagao Rikako. Good job. We're gonna release the single. We did release it already. We're gonna take a look at the chart positions and then stop today's episode. It's been a somewhat medium-sized one, I guess. And I guess the grind will continue one more episode. It's not as easy to do as I thought it could be at first, you know. But that's just, well, it's a long game. I knew it when I started it. It's just February already right now, and I kind of want to finish this. Not just because of Limbus coming up, of course. Go Cam. Alright. Let's logistics. It's your job. Then we'll do the rehearsal. Well, I guess with my coaches focusing on their like max stats, on their best stats, it's only gonna help me down the line. Because right now I'm focusing on cute girls, but if the cute girls sing even better than they already do, would be great, right? That would be freaking amazing. Yep, you're done. Give me a second. Where are you here? Let's do the rehearsal. Let's take a look. Babka. Pretty good for Babka. Sure. Well, we made a lot of fans today. It's pretty good. It's so dumb that you can't queue up activities in this window, you have to do it here. So like this. Yeah, I'm gonna reach, like, maybe we'll reach 700,000 in this episode still, who knows? We'll have to reach 100,000, and I think that's a threshold to get into the road, actually. Just marketing a lot. And that's easier, because that's just a number that you have to reach eventually. While getting 100 instead, it seems the hardest thing, right, to do. Like, Fujimoto wanted money, she wants fans, Angela wants to have like the perfect idol, which is crazy. Let's get the concert going. Just real quick, let's just breeze through this. Let's draw some action cards. Go, accident chance, lower that. I don't really care too much about the hyper generating here. Let's lower the extra chance here. Kali, I hate you so much, it's unreal. Because she failed twice in a row, didn't she? Wow, that was close. We're gonna increase the hype a little bit. How much more can I milk Kabura? I wish she was... I don't know. Sitting on my face right now. Just knocking out the cards now. Here we go. Not a critical failure for Hata Nakamani forming an archive. She's on very high stamina, she should have no problem at all. Here we go. Our hype was higher than projected. We made a profit still. And that means we have leveled up one of the activities, didn't we? Did we not? Was it like a later thing? Oh, it was part of a condition. Okay, we need to have a top country level of 5 in a country to increase this further. But since I'm not doing performances anymore, since I'm not worried about money, the game has very weird progression when it comes to that. I've talked about this before, I think. Like once you've reached a certain point, it just money doesn't matter anymore. Even without breaking the game, I'm not even breaking it with too many concerts right now. Just releasing singles is enough every once in a while. Just freaking weird, I can tell you that. Okay, let's take a look at the charts. It's 31st of October. Happy Halloween, everyone. Let's see what we get out of this. Come on, take a sweet time. Second place. The Creamy Girls. They did it once more. But it's alright. It's okay. They're the Creamy Girls after all. We're better than Father Issues. I know that Angela basically dropped them. They're like just floating along on what they already learned, but where the MILF's gone? MILFs haven't released anything this month, I guess. Creamy Girls will be a problem in the future, maybe. So, as I said, the grind for the stats will continue next week. Bye everyone, bye bye.